if you were to play the pentatonic in this kind of box, right? But there's this note in the chord. That's a major third. I don't really want to do the whole note system with you guys, but if we're here in A, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on up to 8 to the octave. But just know that that is a major third and this is a minor third. And the minor third falls into the shape of the pentatonic. And you could say, like, there is no right way to do anything, and I agree with you. There is no exact right way. Sometimes the minor third over a dominant chord, like a 7 chord, an A7, sounds pretty good. And I would say, yeah, you're right, that could sound cool. But really what it wants to do is resolve to a major third, because that's the chord you're playing. And you can bend up into it. And I'm sure if you listen to blues, that's a sound that you've heard. And so what are we all guilty of? We're all guilty of hitting that minor third and sitting on it when in reality the chord has a major third. And you're basically playing, I don't know if I can do this at the same time, you're playing those two notes at the exact same time, right? You're playing a minor third while the major third's in the chord. And they clash. They don't sound good. They don't, I mean, they kind of sound good, but they don't, to me, they don't sound that great. So what are we guilty of? We're guilty of hitting the minor third because we're so used to. And so what is the solution? It's just start emphasizing the major third. And if you do that, it starts becoming the building block for some cooler modes and some cooler modal movement, like the Mixolydian. Right? So if you replace the minor third in the pentatonic with the major third, what happens? This is what happens. So that one note change, instead of this, it becomes, which to me is like, you know, that was like this light bulb aha moment for me to be like, you know, when I listen to a lot of like Jerry Garcia or even some Allman Brothers type stuff, that's how they're getting that Mixolydian sound. So if you have like an A to a G, it gives that really exotic kind of sound. But if you, I mean, really where we should be going is like, you don't want to be playing the same scale every single time. So when you internalize the major third, you can then start hybridizing and using minor thirds as a passing tone, right? You hear that? Like, I'm still hitting that minor third, and I'm kind of resolving to a major third. Here, I'll show you. I'm doing a half note bend right there, right? I'm hitting that minor third and half note bending into a major third. Right? And then if I'm doing that major third here, I can slide it down a half step and do another half note bend. And if you watch that other chromatic video that I made, you know, about using chromatics, then all this stuff starts kind of weaving together, and you watch that pentatonic video and you can start sliding horizontally. All I'm doing is using chromatics, pentatonic, and a major third, minor third, hybrid to get that sound. can do a lot with just a little bit of information. So I think I'm going to play over a chord a little bit. I made this little loop so you can kind of hear what I'm talking about. This is what I view as not very good, you know, note placement. This is the chord we're playing. It has this note in it, but you're landing on. You just want to resolve it. That's all. I made a video also about going between a major and a minor pentatonic and how to find, you know, if you're in a major pentatonic. And since we're in a dominant major sound, instead of doing your pentatonic here, start it here. I think the irony, right, is that pentatonic shape, the minor pentatonic shape, you know, when you're doing it up here, you're hitting that minor third and it doesn't sound very good. But when you shift it down based on that, you know, I think John Mayer calls it like the pentatonic equator. I view it a little differently. It's in that other video, so go watch that. I think it's on pentatonics or whatever. That position where the minor third would be if you started it here, that's totally within the scale, and so it sounds great. And so that same shape that you're used to totally works. It just has a completely different sound. That's the Allman Brothers thing. Or country. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. You want to hit the major third when you're playing in a major sound. And if you only know one pentatonic shape, if you slide it around, it can still work in two different positions. You just have to remember, in this upper position when you have the actual major chord, you want to turn it into a major third there, which is also kind of like a Mixolydian sound. Or you can shift it down, and you don't have to change a dang thing. And it's like honky tonk time. It's country time. You know, I'm thinking about making my next video about note groupings, because I've been so inspired by Dickie Betts and Jerry Garcia over time that all that stuff is all just note grouping. Let me know if you think that would be an interesting video, but I'm going to end it there. Thanks, guys. You can now break free from the shackles of the most common guitar player crime, and you can get out of jail and join and jam with all your friends with reckless abandon and ultimate freedom. All right. See you guys. Thanks.